Hi my friends, instead of just showing you a finished meal, I am going to show you how I make my ribeye steak stir fry. Well, I'm going to save you a lot of grief. I went to the store and I picked out a beautiful ribeye steak. It's marinating right now, but I chopped up some onions, some red bell peppers, and there's a little garlic in there somewhere. And I preheated the wok. I put my olive oil in the bottom, and I've just now put in my onions and bell peppers and garlic. It's going to stir for a while, and this takes a lot longer to cook than the actual meat. And I don't want to put the meat in until I can see that the onions and bell peppers have pretty well gotten cooked a little bit. Here I add some cracked pepper and some garlic salt on top of the garlic that's already in there, but I like the salt. And of course you can do this to whatever taste that you have, and you can certainly add mushrooms, watercress nuts, cashews, anything that you really want to add, but I like to keep it simple, so this is really how I do it. And I'm going to just stir this in the wok, and one of the things I do is I put a cover on it to keep the heat in for a minute or two, and then I'll lift the cover and I'll stir it again. And when I think that the vegetables are pretty well cooked, they show a little browning to them, and they're not raw anymore, then it's going to be time to throw in the meat. Now what I've done is I've used this teriyaki sauce from Lowry's to marinate the meat. I take that ribeye steak and I cut it up into small pieces and mix it in with the teriyaki marinade from Lowry's. And then I am just about now ready to drop in the meat. And I just kind of evenly put it all over the vegetables, and then I'm going to mix it up. Now what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to have raw steak here. That's just not, I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm going to cook this until I really don't see any pink in the meat anymore. But if you're into very rare steak, you certainly don't have to do what I do. But I usually like my steaks medium or even medium well. And I just stir this up. I'm going to put the lid back on it. Once I get that meat evenly put throughout the dish. Okay, now I'm going to put the lid on it, and of course you're seeing a little accelerated exposures here. Now it's cooked a little more and a little more, and I check it out, and I'm really looking for pink right now, and I'm not really seeing much. And I think that it's almost done. And oh, it looks so good, and the smell coming out of the pan of the teriyaki sauce, the onions, the peppers, and the meat is terrific. This is really a fun part of this. Okay, I think I'm done now. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So let's get myself a nice serving dish. And I'm going to use my pasta spoon, because it seems to be perfect for these stir-fry dishes. By the way, I recreate this with shrimp and chicken and pork, depending upon how I feel that day. Of course, my cardiologist, I don't think would like me using much of this ribeye steak that I love so much. But there it is. There's the finished product. And of course, what you saw would feed 2 or 1 person with a meal later.